Greetings and salutations. This is Wesley Webb, pastor of the Grace Baptist Church, Greater Downtown Metropolitan McBee, South Carolina, and welcome to the Higher Grounds podcast and this morning's Morning Minute Meditation. I'm interested today in the law of the Medes and the Persians. You're familiar with the law of the Medes and the Persians from Daniel chapter number 6. That law, if a law is passed according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, it's unalterable, it cannot be changed. And you remember how that King Darius made a law. Daniel was thrown into the den of lions. And I believe he regretted making that law because the Bible says in chapter 6, verse 18, down through verse 21, that he passed the night fasting. No musical instruments were brought before him. His sleep went from him. He got up very early in the morning and went to the den and cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And so I believe you can see there that he regretted making that law. Another lesser known passage where the law of the Medes and Persians occurs is in Esther chapter number 1. Of course, Vashti had upset the men and King Ahasuerus. And of course, they had King Ahasuerus make a law according to the Medes and the Persians. She was banished from the kingdom and so on. You know the story. Again, though, I believe that King Ahasuerus regretted making this law according to the Medes and Persians, just like Darius had regretted doing so. Because in chapter 2, verse 1 of Esther, the Bible said, after these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her. And then they bring in some plans to cheer him up. I believe he regretted it. And I think there's something we need to take from this regarding the law of the Medes and the Persians, and that is this. We need to be careful making these big, grand statements, these dogmatic statements. Statements like, well, I'll never, or statements like, well, if it were me, let me tell you what I would do. Or statements like, let me tell you what you should have done. And then we go on to make these big, brass statements. I think we'd be wise to run our words through the filter in our mind and remember what we're saying, who we're saying it to, and the effect it's going to have on them before we open our mouths, because words cannot be taken back. They're unalterable once you say them. Well, that's all for today's Morning Minute Meditation. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope you have a great day. And remember, it is what it is.